Start the programming. Okay, see it. We have four tools in SAS: data access, data management, data analysis, and data presentation. Okay, today we'll start with the first tool, data access. Okay, see here. To access the data from different data sources to SAS software. That is the data access concept. To access the data from different data sources to SAS software. See, what are the methods we have? So, import procedure, SQL procedure, library reference, infile statement, wizard method. So these are the methods we have. Okay. Import procedure, SQL procedure, library reference, infile statement, wizard method. So today first we'll discuss this one. Simple, basic method. Import procedure. See, here we can import the data from external data source to SAS software. And by using this import procedure, we can import the data from non-relational database only. So we can import the data from these files mainly: Excel, Access, Notepad, Tab, and CSV files. Only from non-relational. So if you want to import the data from relational databases, then we have to use this method, SQL procedure. Later we'll discuss this. So by using import procedure, you can import the data from these files. And remember one thing, by using import procedure, we are unable to import the data from Word files because Word has a different format. By using this one, DDE, a dynamic data exchange. By using this method only, we can import the data from Word files. By using DDE method only. So this one also we'll discuss later. You can now see the syntax here. See, it is a procedure. I told you, all procedures will start with the keyword proc. Then we have to specify the procedure name, import. Then the keyword is data file. So here we can specify the source file path. You can specify the source file path. So here out, we can specify the output dataset name. Okay, suppose I have raw data here in the D drive. Okay, now I want to import the data from these files. After importing, it will create a data set in SAS. Okay, here it will create a data set. For that data set, we have to specify a name. Okay, that name we can write here. Which name you want to specify? Okay, DBMS. Source file DBMS. Okay, this is the syntax here. So proc is the keyword for all procedures. Next procedure name is import data file. So here we can specify the source file path, means where you have the file we can specify here location. Next out is equals to output dataset name. So which name you want to specify for your dataset, you can write here. It's an optional, you can write any name. Next DBMS, source file DBMS. See here, yesterday I have given this. So every file has its own extension name and DBMS, database management system. You have to specify that. Okay, I will show you some examples. First of all, I need to import the data from an Excel file. So Excel file to SAS software. See, this is the requirement. So we need to import the data from an Excel file name EMP, that is in the D drive, number of sheets 1. Okay, see it. Now we need to import the data from this file. Okay, EMP, an Excel file. Open this. See it. Here only one sheet is there. Okay, so only one sheet. And what is the sheet name also? EMP. Okay, from this we need to import the data. Okay. Now you can write the program by following syntax. Okay, so here proc import data file. You can specify the location where it is, D drive. Okay, EMP, D drive EMP, extension name .xls. See here for Excel file .xls and DBMS is Excel. So out. Okay, in SAS I want to create a data set with the name EMP data. So any name we can specify, it's an optional. With this name we will create a data set here. DBMS. So Excel. Now so here select submit. Now observe, in SAS it has created a new data set. So name EMP data. So with this name. Open this. So employee number, employee name. So I have imported data successfully. Okay. Like this we can import the data from an Excel file to SAS. Okay, next here second requirement from an Excel file only. See now this time this is an Excel file, IMPORT data. See in this Excel file we have 3 sheets now. See in sheet 1 we have so much data, around 40-50 columns are there. In sheet 2 only 3 columns are there. Sheet 3, say it's an empty one, nothing here. Here we have 3 sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Okay, here I need to import the data from this sheet 2 particular. Okay, sheet 2 here. So that is the requirement. Excel file name IMPORT data 3 sheets. These are the sheet names. It could be anything. Okay, these are the sheet names here. Now we have to import the data from sheet 2 particular. Okay, then see here program proc import data file. D drive, Excel file name NIPER data. See, extension name .xls. Okay, I want to give some name NIPER. Okay, not a problem. NIPER DBMS. Excellent. So now I need to import the data from this sheet particularly. But okay, I'm writing just like this now. See the problem now. If you're writing just like this, in this case, it will import the data from sheet 1. Because in the alphabetic order also sheet 1 will come first. So by default it will import data from sheet 1 only. See, this much data, big data. Actually, what is our requirement? We have to import the data from sheet 2. But by default it will import the data from sheet 1 here. Okay, see. Select the program, submit. See, NIPER. See, so many columns are there. This is the data from sheet 1. This is the data from sheet 1. What is our requirement actually? We have to import data from sheet 2, not from sheet 1. So in that case, here we have to write one more extra statement, sheet. Okay, sheet. Sheet is equal to, you can specify the sheet name here. I have to import the data from sheet 2. Okay. See here, one more problem now. In SAS, already we have a data set now with the name NIPER. But here we have the sheet 1 data. Now I'm importing the data from sheet 2. But already here NIPER is there. Now again I have given the same name, NIPER. So see here now what will happen? Execute. See, same data only, and check the log window. See this note. Read it. Import cancelled. Output dataset NIPER already exists. Specify replace option to overwrite it. It is saying import cancelled. Why? Because NIPER dataset is already exist. If you want to replace that one, if you want to overwrite this one, you have to use the replace option. So here you have to use the replace. Now execute. Now open. See? Only 3 columns. So this is the data from sheet 2. So like this we can import the data from selected sheet. Selected sheet. So in that case this is an extra statement. Sheet is equals to sheet name. So these are the examples to import the data from an Excel file to SAS software. Okay, same way other files. Notepad to SAS software. See, when you are working on clinical trials, there would be a chance to get the data in Notepad, Word document, CSV files, everything. So this time I got the data in a Notepad. Okay, name, class. Okay, this in the data. So these are the columns: gender, name, age, height, weight. Okay, this. Say proc import data file. That is in the D drive. Okay, name class dot text. Out is equals to. So I want to give some name. Class data. DBMS DL. So I'm writing from here, from this list only. See, for Notepad, extension name .txt, text document. DBMS DL. Next run. So syntax won't change, just we are changing this one. extension names dbms. Execute. Okay, see, I have imported data from Notepad text document. Next, tab files to SAS. Okay, this time I got a data in a tab file. So name clinic, suppose on desktop this time. Desktop. So what is the difference between Notepad and tab? Both are text documents only. See here, suppose I have opened a text document, something. Text. Favorites. So if you are giving like this, suppose I'm entering data, patient ID. If you're using a space, it's a Notepad. Okay, it's a Notepad. There is a space here. Suppose in the same Notepad, I'm giving like this, patient ID. I'm using tab space. It's a tab file because it's a tab delimited file. Delimiter is the tab space here. So client has sent the data like this in a tab format. See this one, cleaning the small data. Okay, now write a program proc import data file. Now it is on desktop. So simply you can take like this, right click, properties, copy the location. Instead of writing everything, just copy the location. What is the name? Clinic.txt. See for tab files also extension name .txt only, text document. dbms change tab. Okay, out. Okay, I want to give the name clinic. dbms tab. For example, by mistake I have given here DLM only. Actually it's not a notepad, it's a tab file. But by mistake I have given DLM. See, it will import the data but not in a proper way. In a single column it will show. See here. Click. See, showing the column name as var1. See here it is showing like this, not in a proper way. Okay, it's not a notepad, it's a tab file. So tab, and here you can use the option replace, just for replace, and I have given dbms tab. See, so now imported properly. 3 columns: patient ID, name, age. Next, CSV files to SAS software, comma separated value files to SAS software. So what's the name? Class 1 file name. Okay, this. Okay, open this. And see in the front end looks like an Excel file only. But how to see the exact file? Right click, open with Notepad. See, so internally data separated by commas. That's what it is called, comma separated value file. So client has sent in this format. So then generally they can create the CSV files from an Excel file only. Suppose here, open an Excel file, go to the office button, save as, other formats. I'm giving suppose employee 1. Here you can find. So selected save as type, comma delimited. No changes. So here now I have created an CSV file. Okay, see the difference now between these two. See EMP file. See the properties. See the size, it is showing 11.5 KB. Okay, see it. See, it is showing very less, only even not less than 1 KB also. Okay, 4 KB. So here it is 12 KB. So same data, but it is taking less memory space. That's why sometimes they will convert Excel files to CSV files and they will send the data in a CSV format. Okay, this time I need to import the data from this CSV file, class 1 CSV file. Okay, same syntax won't change. Proc import data file. It is in the D drive, name class1.csv. Out is equals to class1 dbms csv. Select submit. Like this we can import the data from CSV file, comma separated value file. And here to import the data from Excel, Notepad, tab and CSV files to SAS software, we are following the same syntax. This one. Proc import data file. Here source file path. So here we can specify the output dataset name dbms source file db. Okay. So this is the syntax we have followed to import data from these 4 files to SAS software. But to import the data from Access database to SAS software. For this we have to follow a different syntax. Only for Access. See the syntax here. Proc import data table. So here we can write the source table name, from which table you want to import. Observe here. Suppose an Access database lab. Open this. So here we have different tables. Suppose I need to import the data now from this table, patient details table. So this is the data, patient ID, name, age, something from particular table. So first of all we have to specify the table name, from which table you want to import. Okay, output dataset name dbms source file dbms, and here the keyword is now database. So here we have to write the source file path. So this is the syntax. See, this is the syntax. So SAS is a syntax based language, so we need to remember the syntaxes. Okay, see the requirement now. Now we need to import the data from an Access database. Say Access database name lab. In that I want to import the data from this table, patient details. So here, access database name lab. Here I want to import the data from this table, patient details. Okay. You can write a program followed by syntax. Data table. Which table? Patient details. Okay, it's a demographic data. DBMS is access. So here, for an access database, DBMS is access. Database, where it is D drive lab.mdb. So select, submit. So dataset created, demo. Like this, we can import the data from selected table. See, this is the data here: patient ID, name, age, sex, address, phone number, so on. If you have a doubt, you can check here. Lab. See, patient ID, name, age, sex, address. Okay. Okay. Next, I want to import data from this table also. History. So patient ID, something, smoking, others, everything. Okay. So see the program. So this one, okay, history. Because now I need to import the data from this table, history. So I want to give the name history. DBMS is access. So database path is same because from the same access database, it's a different table. Submit. Okay, see here. So like this, we can import the data from selected table from an access database. By writing one program, we can import the data from one table only. Okay, here. If you want to import all tables at a time, there is a method. I will discuss later that. But here in the proc import, by writing one program, we can import the data from one table only. So this is the concept of import procedure, importing the data from an external data source to SAS. And here for import procedure, there is a reverse procedure is there, vice versa. So this one also we will use sometimes. Say export procedure. So here we can export the data from SAS to external data source. So reverse. We can export the data from SAS to outside. Suppose after importing the data from different data sources, like from an Excel file, Notepad, tab, CSV, all this. In SAS, I did the data management. Suppose I have joined the tables or I'm appended the table something. Now the result table I want to send from SAS to outside in an Excel format or Notepad or anything. So for that case, we can use the export procedure. And here we can export the data to Excel file, Access, Notepad, Tab, Word and CSV files. See here, in import procedure, we are unable to import the data from Word file. But in export procedure, we can export the data to Word file also. Okay, see the syntax here. Proc export. So proc is the keyword for all procedures. So here procedure name is export. Out file. So where you want to save the file. I want to save in the D drive. So that is a destination file path. So where you want to save. Next, data, source data set. Suppose here 7 data sets are there in SAS. From which data set you want to export? You can write here. That is the source data set. DBMS. This is the destination file DBMS. So this is the syntax here for export procedure. To export the data from SAS to external data source. Okay, save. First of all, I need to export the data from SAS to an Excel file. Okay, I have to export the data from this data set, EMP data, to an Excel file. I want to save in the D drive. And for that Excel file, I want to give this name, EMP file. Okay, here I want to save in the D drive. For the destination Excel file, we have to give this name, EMP file. Okay, let me write the program followed by syntax. Proc export out file. I want to save in the D drive with the name emp.xls. From which data set? From this one, emp data. Okay, this. For Excel file, Excel. Okay, now say select, submit. Say Excel file created, emp file. Open this. So data exported here. You see the sheet name also it is showing the same emp data. So the table name only will show as a sheet name there, default. Okay. I have exported data from this data set, emp data. So it is showing the sheet name also same. Suppose if you want to specify the sheet name, see. You can write one more statement. Sheet is equals to, okay, I want to give this sheet name ABC. Okay, this. See, same emp file. So now see the sheet name it is showing ABC here. Okay. Sheet name ABC. So you can specify the sheet name. So like this we can export the data from SAS to an Excel file. Exporting. Next, SAS to Notepad. Okay, source data set is suppose class 1. Okay, this one. And destination file Notepad. I want to save in the D drive. And for the destination file, I want to give this name, class underscore data. Okay, simple. Proc export out file. D drive. I want to give this name, text. From which data set? From the class 1. DBMS data. Selected. See, Notepad created, class underscore data. So like this we can export the data from SAS to Notepad. Simple, just following by syntax. Next, SAS to tab file. Same. From the class 1 dataset, I want to export the data to tab file. I want to save in the D drive. And for the destination file, I want to give this name, class underscore T. So program on chain. See here for example. So here path D drive class underscore extension of .txt on from the class 1 dataset on dbms tab. That's it. Syntax is same. See the tab file. Next SAS to CSV file. Same from the class 1 dataset I want to export CSV file. I want to save in the D drive, and for the destination file I want to give the name class. Same. Proc export out file. D drive class dot CSV from the class 1 dataset dbms CSV. So CSV file. So in the front end, same like an Excel file. Say open with Notepad. Data separated by comma. Next, SAS to Word document. SAS to Word file. We can export the data to Word file also. Okay, now I need to export the data from this data set, employee data, to the Word file. And for the destination file, I want to give the name EMP. I want to save in the D drive. Okay. Proc export out file. I want to save in the D drive. Give the name emp dot doc document. From which dataset? emp dbms dlm. See here. For the word, extension name is .doc document. dbms is dlm. Select submitted. So I have exported the data to Word document successfully. So like this we can export the data from SAS to Word document by using export procedure. Okay, see this one. To export the data from SAS to Excel, Notepad, Tab, CSV and Word files. We are following the same syntax. Okay, this one. Proc export out file. So here destination file path data. Here we can specify the source data set. From which data set? dbms. Destination file dbms. Okay. But here if you want to export the data from SAS to Access database, only for this we have to follow a different syntax. See here, proc export out table. So here we can specify the destination table name, which name we want to. So data, from which data set? Source data set dbms. So destination file dbms. database. So here we can write the destination file path. So this is the syntax. This one we need to follow. See the requirement here. Okay, now I need to export the data from class 1 dataset. Okay, here I want to export the data to an Access database. And in the Access database, I want to create the table with this name, class tab. I want to save in the D drive. And for an Access database, I want to give this name, my data. Okay, understand here. Access database name, I want to give this, my data. In that, the table name is this one, class tab. Okay, you can follow the syntax. Proc export out table. So table name I want to give this one. From which data set? From the class one, DBMS access database. I want to save in the D drive with the name my data. This name I want to give my data dot mdb. Okay. Now select submit. See here, access database created in the D drive with the name my data. Because see, for the access database I have specified that name, my data. Open this. See here, table created with the name class tab. Because see, I have given that name for the table class tab. Open this. So this is the data in this table. So like this we can export the data from SAS to an Access database. One more requirement. Now I need to export the data from this data set, EMP data, to an Access database only. And for the destination table, I want to give this name, EMP tab. I want to save in the D drive. See, destination Access database name, my data. Means in this Access database only, I want to create one more table. That's all. One more table. Okay, see the program. So this time I want to give the table name this one. From which dataset we have to export. So this is the table name, EMP tab. From this dataset. Okay. DBMS access to the same Access database. Submit. Okay. So now open. See, one more table created here, EMP table. Open this. See? So I have created one more table in the same Access database. So like this we can export the data from SAS to Access database. So this is the concept of export procedure. Exporting the data from SAS to external data source. Just vice versa to the import procedure. Okay. So these are the two procedures here, import and export. So this is the first method here in the data access and simple method, import procedure. Just to import the data from non-relational database.